VDV got it.
What's up? My name is Lamb. This is Lamb Nation, back at it again with another great video. On today's video, I am going to be talking about things I have done in my life to improve my life. Whether these are more recently or I've done it a couple years ago, these are things in my life that I have done personally that I am going to share with you, and hopefully it can help improve your life also. Number one is daily prayer. So in the morning before I grab my phone, sometimes before I even open my eyes, I pray to the Lord above every morning. And this just has helped me spiritually and to connect with God, to give me more purpose in life, more motivation, more dedication, all of those good things. And the closer I get to God, the closer He gets to me. Number two is weekly Bible study. I have started to do that recently. And the thing is about the Bible is that a lot of people right now, the Bible gets a bad rep. Christianity, religion, it gets a bad rep. But if you listen to a lot of intelligent people, if you listen to people like Jordan Peterson, which I guess he gets a bad rap also, but they talk about how people think that with less rules and less restrictions and more freedoms that improves your quality of life. But what people actually seek in society is some sort of structure, some sort of rules, some sort of guidelines. And that's what the Bible is. And the more I do Bible study, I feel like somebody a long time ago got it right. That's what the Bible is. Somebody a long time ago, they got it right, and they put all of these things in the Bible for us to do. And if we do them, that can ultimately help our lives. So I have been doing that weekly Bible study, and like I said, just getting to know God and just being spiritual in nature, it has helped my overall mood, overall happiness, and to I feel as though make me a better person. Number three, I stopped eating seafood. And this, like I said, this speaks back to religion and the Bible. And this is scientific as well. In the Bible, they tell you do not eat shellfish. If a fish doesn't have scales, then you are not supposed to eat it. So in 2017, I just said I'm gonna stop, and I thought about having like one last seafood meal, and I just said nope, I'm not even gonna have one last one. Whichever one I had prior, that was my last one. So I don't even remember the last time I ate seafood. I think the last time might have been like some crawfish one summer, but I stopped eating seafood just because that is something that God has asked me to do. So that is something that I did, and I love seafood. Like, I was a seafood eater. Like, my mom said she had to teach me how to crack crabs because I was eating them faster than she could crack them to feed them to me. So at 3 years old, I was eating seafood. I love seafood, snow crab, shrimp, crawfish, blue crabs, all of it. I love seafood, and I stopped in 2017, and I'll probably say I'll never eat seafood again. And science and study shows that the mercury count and the fact that those animals are bottom feeders, they are not good for us. So I just don't eat them. And like I said, I believe that has improved my life as well. Number four, I grew my hair out. So I believe I started growing my hair out in April or May of 2018. And I feel as though this has improved my life because it has taught me some form of patience. So in 2018, that was the same year that I lost all the money in the stock market. I lost about $20,000 in the stock market, and I had got a speeding ticket. So out of all things, it was just like, man, I'm doing a little bit too much. I need to slow my life down, and I'm ripping and running. I'm getting speeding tickets. I'm losing thousands of dollars in the stock market. I'm not really taking the time to learn and do the things that I need to do. I need to be more patient. So I said, hey, I'm gonna grow my hair out. And a lot of people would say that your hair is the source of your power. For men, it is the source of our power. Like in the Bible, what is it, Samson. That's how he got his power through his hair. So I just believe growing my hair out has showed me some type of patience. So I was talking to somebody at work, and he was telling me, I told him that I was about to grow out my sides or whatever. And I was telling him about like how it improved my life and the power it gave me. And he was like, man, it's gonna take a long time for your sides to catch up with the rest of my hair. And I just thought about it. And the reason that I grew my hair in the first place was because of patience. So then I thought about it, and I was like, hey, this is the same guy who he didn't want to invest in the stock market. And they kind of relate, because the reason you don't want to invest in the stock market is because it's going to take a long time for it to create wealth. It's going to take a long time for you to generate income. Just like he's saying, oh, so it's like you might as well not even invest, because it's going to take a long time for you to build wealth. So he was saying, why would I even lock it up? Because it's going to take a long time. And that's all about patience. So it kind of relates. And I related me growing my hair to the stock market, because just you never think it's going to grow, and then you start off with a little, BDBs, the ugly phase or whatever, and then eventually, you get the long locks, and then eventually I had the locks on the side, and eventually my stock portfolio will grow. So it was just a way to slow me down and to practice some kind of patience, and just all, in due time. I believe we are at number 5. I started reading books. So I got some books right here. I ordered so many books. I didn't even know this was a thing, but they say people on Amazon, they have like this thing where they order books and they just can't stop. So I did start reading books. I went to the library at first, and I was reading a lot of books from the library. And then eventually, when COVID happened, the libraries closed down, and I didn't have any books to read at all. I did not like that. So I've ordered maybe like 30 books. In the past, like 6 months, I probably spent about $500 on books alone, just because I enjoy reading. It tremendously improves your life. It gives you something other to do than to watch TV. It opens up your mind. It makes you more sharp. It opens you up to concepts that you've never thought about, or never even would have realized. They say, I think 1 out of every 10 books you read should be a book that you wouldn't necessarily read. So I have been reading the motivational, self-improvement, finance books, but every now and then I'll get a book that I wouldn't normally read, and I'll go ahead and I'll force myself to read that too, just so I can be a more open and well-rounded person. That way I don't go into life with this narrow view of what the world is. I want the broad picture. I want to understand all levels and all aspects. I believe this is number 6. I stopped eating fast food, and I stopped eating fast food maybe in like 2017 when I stopped eating the seafood. And I still do eat like a little bit of fast food. Like I'll eat Chick-fil-A every now and then. We've been getting breakfast biscuits at work. I eat those. I'll eat a Domino's pizza once every 2 months. But I'm talking about like daily or weekly. I'm not eating McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King 2-3 days a week. Like, I don't even eat it once a week. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely stopped eating fast food. That stuff is not good for you, and it wastes your money. That's 2 negative reasons why you don't want to eat fast food right there. It's wasting your money, and it's not good for you. So that definitely has improved my life, and hopefully somewhere the longevity, so I can stay healthy for as long as possible. So that definitely has improved my life. Number 7, I believe. Number 7 is I have been working out and going to the gym at least 2 times a week. So more recently, I've been going 4, but I try to do at least 2. And another thing that I added is cardio. So now we want to take this back to finances. Like I said, if you take care of your body now, then you will have less medical bills in the future. Even if we talk about, let's say you have good medical insurance, if you have to pay deductibles and co-pays and all of these fees, it pays to stay healthy now and to be healthy. That way you don't got to pay for fat loss surgery. You don't got to pay for the bypass, the triple bypass. You don't got to pay for your heart medication, your diabetes medication. If you stay healthy now, then it will save you tons of money in the future. Like it's studies done on this. That is one of the top 3, 4, 5 ways that you can save money is by staying healthy today. Another one that has to do with building wealth is having you a good spouse. So if you have somebody that's on your team and somebody that you can do life together with, that will also increase your finances, increase your happiness if you have somebody to go through life with. Just throwing that out there. I believe we are at number 8. Number 8, I started watching YouTube videos. So I started watching YouTube videos like seriously, I want to say in 2018 when I lost all that money in the stock market. I was like, never again. So my mom had told me about Dave Ramsey, and I was like, let's see how he can help me improve my finances and improve my money, because I'm never going to lose $20,000 in the stock market again. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm never going to do that again. How can I prevent that? And I started listening to Dave Ramsey videos. And I said this in a previous video. When I talked about personal finance, that's all the videos I watch. I'm watching Dave Ramsey, Graham Stephan, and whoever else I can find on finance. And I'm just watching them all day. I'm watching them while I'm taking a shower. I'm watching them while I'm washing dishes, on the way to work, coming from work, just all the time, every day, everywhere. I'm watching personal finance videos. So I watch YouTube videos every day. I watch probably 100. I probably average 100 YouTube videos a week. What I do is I listen to them at 2 times speed. I look at recommendations. I get family and friends to send me interesting videos, and then I just 2 times speed them, and I listen to them in whatever I'm doing. And the way this has improved my life is, like I said, the same thing with reading books. You get the perspectives of different people, different YouTubers. And I know they're on YouTube, so they're fake, but they're real people with real opinions and real advice. That's how, like, Jordan Peterson, Sublime Conscious, Cash Compass, started listening to Six the Goddess recently. Just all this different stuff. It has improved my life because now I have more perspective on life. And I started off with finance videos, and then I realized, hey, to increase my finances, I have to increase this. Then I started listening to self-improvement videos. Then I started listening to motivational videos. Then I started listening to gym workout videos. Then I started listening to relationship videos. So it kind of started off with finance, and you'll see that it'll like web out into all of these different things on how you can improve your life. And I think a good place to start is maybe Dave Ramsey, Graham Stephan, and that's for finance. Number 9. So I didn't do a book review on this book, but I read a book called Your Brain on Porn. I didn't want to talk about it because just personal, who wants to hear me up here talking about porn? But I stopped watching porn because it messes your brain up. If you watch the video or if you read the book, I might end up doing a book review on it, but if you read the book, it just messes you up. So I stopped watching it. It has increased my life, my overall motivation, my energy to get up and do stuff and get stuff done. Relationship wise, it just helps you out, these unrealistic expectations that you have in the bedroom or that you have a woman in general in life. What really got it for me that made me want to stop watching it is the fact, like I said, after I'm watching it and I'm doing what I do, stop that too. But you feel drained afterwards. And then it was this thing on Facebook, Instagram. I didn't even verify if it was true, but they said that Pornhub has so many pending cases from like rape and child molestation and sex slaves and trafficking. And I was like, somebody was like, well, I don't watch that stuff. It's like, how do you know? How do you know the woman up there isn't being raped or held against her will or a sex slave or a minor? So when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of that. And I don't want to be watching none of that stuff. So I stopped watching it. And same thing, when I stopped, it wasn't no one last time, well, I'm gonna watch it one last time. It was just like, hey, I was done with it, just like the seafood. So I stopped that. And like I said, I have more motivation, more energy, and more time to do other stuff that is more positive, like watch positive YouTube videos. So I definitely stopped watching that, and that definitely has improved my life. So I believe this is number 10. I have dedicated my life to self-improvement. So my goal in life, outside of all other goals, is just to be a better me every day, every week, every month. And that has increased my life because now it gives you a goal, So I was reading this book recently. What book am I reading? I don't know the name of the book, but I was reading this book recently, and they talk about how having goals can actually disappoint you in life, because once the goal is over, then it's like, what else is there? So I like this goal of just always being a self-motivator, because this is something that you can do when you're 6. This is something that you can do when you're 60. up to 90 years old. If you're just always improving yourself in some way, shape, or form, that can mean anything. That can mean I'm gonna do one more push-up today. That mean I'm gonna yell at one less person today. If you're 90 years old, oh, I'm gonna touch my toes today. It's just, whatever you can do to improve your life, it kind of gives you this sort of purpose. This purpose in life. And Jordan Peterson talks about that a lot. Just how our happiness goes up and down, changes day by day, but our purpose can stay the same and stay consistent. So a lot of people think life is about happiness, life is about purpose and having a purpose. So I like that idea of the self-motivation or self-improvement that I just thought of, because it never ends, it never stops. It's never like, okay, well, my goal is to hit 6 figures. All right, my goal is to hit 1 million. My goal is to raise a family. Because then once it's done, then like, what is the meaning of your life? Versus if I have dedicated my life to always being a self-improver, then there's always another book I can read. There's always another push-up I can do. It's just always something else that I can do that'll help my life. So I have dedicated my life to self-improvement, and that has improved my life. And the last but not least, I have taken the red pill. So before y'all judge, let me explain what that means to me. So I had these coworkers at work, and we trapped in a room for 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? We trapped in a room, a shop for 8 hours. We doing work. So we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about life. We talk about women. We talk about politics, race, religion, like all the stuff you're not supposed to talk about with strangers at work. We talked about all that stuff. And I had this white dude. He asked me. We talking about all this stuff, and he was like, "Man, you 22." He was like, "You starting to realize all the stuff that I realized when I was 27. So you got a 5-year jump on me that you realizing this stuff now." But what he was telling me is he realized a lot of stuff that we are being told is the truth is not the truth. And I don't want to put any ideas, because these were long talks that we were having, hours and hours of conversation. But we were talking the truth about Trump, the truth about Candace Owens, the truth about George Floyd. We talking about all the truth about the Bible, the truth about religion, whatever the truth is or whatever, and all of these different ideas and concepts and stuff like that. And some of this stuff, he really changed my way of thinking on it. Him, and then it was a brother that we were talking to with as well. And just them two, being around two older grown men, I think one was like 31, then 35. They just open me up, like I really feel like we're living in a world where people are asleep. So when when people say they woke and then they don't really be woke, I really have taken the red pill to what it means to be conscious in this world. To be woke is like I'm living in a whole different reality. Like I almost feel like some people live in one reality and then we live in the other, just because of the choices we have made to be self-responsible for stuff, to take responsibility, to be accountable, to find the truth, to always learn, to always improve, to be nice, to be kind, to motivate other people, to help each other. Like when you talk about all of that stuff, it's just, it leaves you in a different world. It leaves you in a different reality that I think a lot of people don't even realize. Like, I had never even seen The Matrix till I was working with these guys. This was last year in 2020. So I had never even seen The Matrix. And then I watched it and I was like, it's real. And he was telling me, and he was like, "Man, you take the red pill." I was like, "Man, you crazy. What are you talking about, man?" He asked me the next week, "Man, you take the red pill, you crazy." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, what is this red pill?" It's like, it sounds weird. And then this the same dude that asked me, he said, "You want to play a game where," what's the game? He said, "You want to play a game that you have to play for the rest of your life, and I can't tell you the rules, but once you play for the rest of your life." I was like, "Bro, you sound like real crazy right now." This is the same dude who asked me if I wanted to play the game, asked me every day if I've taken a red pill. And I don't know when it happened, but somewhere along the way, I'll say that I've taken a red pill as far as truth, whether that's truth with money, truth with society, truth with relationships. It's just a lot of stuff that they portray in the media to brainwash us is false. Even the stuff that they tell us, they'll say that I'm being brainwashed by the truth that I'm learning. No, like they'll say, oh, the media is brainwashing you by pushing that stuff out or whoever. I was like, no, some people actually out there know the truth and are spreading the truth and are trying to get that out. I'm not being brainwashed. None of the ideas or topics and stuff that I talked about in this video. A lot of this stuff, I was either opposed to it or I came into it of my own way and own thinking, because I'm going to see two sides to everything and I want to know all. So even to this day, I say I've taken the red pill. I listen to anybody's viewpoint or anybody's perspective on anything. And if it makes sense, I'll change my mind. But if it don't, then I ain't. So I want to say last but not least, definitely not least, I have taken the red pill, just accepting. And I just chalk that up as me taking the red pill is me accepting the truth in this world. So those have been 11 ways that I have improved my life over the years. If you have experienced any of these things, or if you have done anything, these things in the past or recently, please comment down below and let me know how it has changed your life. It has definitely changed mine. If you have any questions, any comments, concerns, ideas for a video, please let me know. Peace.